Guys, it's been pretty crazy summer over here. I don't want to get into the politics of the things as it is No Limit Emails live stream. That being said, welcome everybody, and congratulations to a bunch of you that jumped in to No Limit Emails. And guys, we really appreciate having you, and also thank you for supporting our work, and we absolutely appreciate it. And that being said, please provide us the domain that you want to use with the system and be a little bit intelligent about this domain selection, guys. This is where everything good you provide is makes everything better when you have your system. And the reason I'm saying this, don't have to have your own brand domain attached to this. You could have very specific generic domain to use, guys. And the reason is that because internally you turn this to a huge global publicity machine for yourself, and essentially you could brand many millions of websites, forms, and emails. So think of that as you having a basically Walmart. You're gonna fill it up with lots of goodies, and therefore be wide and wise in your domain selection. Guys, check it out. Some expired domains, get decent age domains. Make sure you check them with the tools that we recommend, and then invest in them. It's like $20, $10. Some cases, if you have a coupons for certain networks, you can get them even for 99 cents a domain, guys. But really, the cost of domain is very minimal, as we all know. But can really churn out the decent traffic for you over the time. And because of that, make sure that you really have a good thought about what domain you want to use. As better older age domain you have, guys, as more hosting years that you can put on that domain, and over a period of time will prove you better setup and better investment in your part. And of course, we love to have you guys, and please provide us that domain via Cloudflare, only Cloudflare, guys. And we do not accept cPanel login, we do not accept private server SSH login, all that kind of shenanigans, just for your safety, for our safety, for easy delivery to you, and good great deal of maintenance by us that goes to the system without you touching anything technical ever. All you have to do, literally get your login details and start sending your emails as we planned for you for your 30 days. And after that, obviously, you're free to do what your accounts allow you to do, guys. And as always, we are here around the clock, 24/7. Be it now and then my network drops at home, guys, but I'm still connected online with my phone. So generally speaking, some of the live stream hours, when it falls into that, it's kind of demoralized me a little bit, but generally it's nothing I could do about that, generally speaking. So anything beside that, as you all know, I've been doing this live streams every day, so I'm not really tired of those things, guys, as every day is new thing to share with you. And that, of course, will tie us this evening stream. Pretty interesting one. We haven't done many of them lately, but before we have, is in the channel, guys, as well as in if you are into the Facebook group, also some in there. And of course, we also did some in 30-day email challenge, especially when it comes to the automation. I know lots of you like to kind of get deep on this. That's why we've been doing now 3 streams. This is the 4th one. Maybe even the tomorrow one be the 5th one, so we can get a little bit deeper with the really automation part, so you guys can see what you do, what you put things, where you put things, how you kind of make sure that your form collections are working, and also how you can check your email automations working. And let's dive into that one this evening. So I do apologize, it can be a little bit kind of longer videos, because usually when it comes to automation, guys, I want to do small chunks so you can basically apply that, and then following email we do another small chunks. As you know, automations can go on forever. By itself could be absolutely just series of automation streams that we will do. And of course these are just kind of show you internally the capabilities you get and what you can do to really set up so you can save time yourself. And of course idea is one side of it that you can feed with data, and the other side of it really you have ability to recapture that data in different landing pages. So let's get in. And once more before we get in there, as always, congratulations to you guys that got your accounts today. And we do apologize, guys, we had some firewall updates and for period this time, and today we have to pause network for entry, but everything's back in normal status and everything's running good, guys. And we will be obviously I will be logging in, sharing my screen, which is kind of give you solid proof yes, everything is running and working pretty well, wonderfully so far. For us has been excellent, guys. As you know, we do this kind of thing so we can keep eye on things, so especially when it comes to the really security, as you know, is paramount, and it cannot be you could say looked into it in a weak eye. So it's one of the essential part of the whole thing. So now we do apologize if you did not able to kind of log in certain period today, but as I said, everything's running smooth, guys, and we will get in and do a little bit more automation for you guys. So let's just check out, see if we can check my screen, share my screen, and hopefully that's working fine now. So we logged in. Remember where we left off on the last video, and let's get straight into it, guys. So first thing first, as you all know, we needed a couple of things in place in order for us to do the automations, right? Either you have to have a list or you have to have a form that you collect the emails from. So we did a form to collect the emails, and this one we're going to use exactly same structure, and we're also going to add a actual list that you could automate. So some cases, let's say you're going to use both options. Obviously one side, let's say you are automating segment to send an cold email out, i.e., and in the other end obviously you're using the forms to capture the leads, re-verify the leads for different specific niches that you present, and that way you can separate literally lots of leads over a period of time. And of course with a machine that's running constantly, that you literally kind of save good chunks of time when you do this, especially if you organize it well. So let's get in. So first we're going to just go to look at in our campaign where we left off, but we didn't save that specific campaign like you guys. So let's do it again. This time we're going to actually just start again with a capture page and a form. So let's just make quick capture page and a form. First of all, this time maybe capture page we'll do it a little bit different. So first let's just prepare from ChatGPT. We're going to ask it to give us decent capture page. So if you haven't done this before, guys, again, and you can see how literally I'm prompting ChatGPT. So let's just wait till kind of load everything on. And my ChatGPT is a little bit different than yours. So let's ask it I am promoting my book. Give me a landing page. One side for my book, and you could say 2 columns or 2 parts. Promoting my book, give me a landing page, one side for my book, or we could say landing page and I'm just gonna say to present the book and collect email and user details, something like this. See, as more we put it in here, probably will do better job, but this is just to present the book, to present the book professionally. Obviously this could be improved over a period of time, right? And just give me HTML with modern looking CSS plan, or you could say idea. Use best performing authors landing pages, create me one, but this could be like literally say writers performing. You can say best performing landing pages. You could say, can you see the right screen? No, let's say let me just change this for a second. One sec. Alright, just a second. Trology, I don't know, something like that. I'm a little bit double hearing myself. Sounds like all the YouTube video playing in the background at the same time. Let's see if we can actually reduce this bandwidth. Should stabilize in a minute. And we will get back into this campaign setup thing. I have a few settings that when they are on, YouTube pushing us backwards. I don't know why. The timer on YouTube should be basically on the end. Somehow player bar somehow is a little bit behind time. Bit weird. Anyway, this is my channel. I'm trying to set things up so the stream this evening worked very well for No Limit Emails, as I plan to do one today. Didn't happen, but we will make that one happen this evening, 8:30. But as a tester, we thought we make a little bit of beginner guides here, starting with a automation and a simple form of automation that we can do with a no limit emails emailer, as I got requested to do this like a small tutorial, but we will get into that just a second. I'm hoping to share my screen just a sec once more, and hopefully we'll get stabilized now, and you should be able to see my live screen if I move around. Now should be alright. We have some as we have stabilized the stream now. I will catch up on YouTube just a second. If it's not catching up, what's the remedy for this? Seems screen is stuck on YouTube. Can you see my new fresh screen? I can't see it on YouTube. YouTube seems frozen somehow. Now should be alright. When I'm pushing this player back. Okay, we good. Does take a while, guys, and also really network is very jittery where I am. My mouse moving excellent, so we are in right screen. So campaigns with this once more, we will do it in a way that anyone can follow. And few minutes we can set up a campaign. Let's go. First few steps we need to put in place, and it's very simple, especially if you have everything that, let's say, hand, that you can do them. So we have everything in hand, and obviously if you never used no limit email systems before, the first thing that we gotta do is literally start with a segment. Every time you get your count, the place you start is a segment, not the contacts, like many people do, and I made that mistake too. But do not kind of go contact and upload a bunch of contacts, because that's your contact main contact archives. All of your contacts in the system will be there, and it's very difficult to automate from there. So it starts with a segment's a list, and let's start with that. And this stream going to be a little bit long because it's on my channel, and hopefully we will conclude the stream and make sure that everything works pretty well. So excuse me. Sip of coffee first, guys, and this is going to be pretty long one. So here we go. Segment, we just go to the new, and the system, everything starts with that new. And this one I'm going to call basically something that I might use a little bit down the road for my blog. And I'm just going to say my personal blog. It's called, the segment is called MPV, my personal blog. So let's just save this. This is our list that we got to basically utilize the system to collect the list, to segment the list, and obviously automate this list from the capturing point of view. And of course you can also add another segment. So I'm going to make another segment here. We're going to call this one MP MPB2. This is going to be a second list or second segment for this job, so to speak. Let's say we're gonna look at this blog as a job, and let's make this one. So we have now two segments, and we're just going to make another one. So the reason that we're making these three segments right now, so later on when we need them, so we don't have to make them again. So let's call this one MPB3. So we have a three lists, MPB3. We have three lists, and then I'm going to make one more. So MPB, let's make for MPB4. MPB4. This is feeder list. I'm just going to label it like this. I'm going to add contact to this one. So MPB4. I'm also going to label it, this is feeder list for MPB basically. So we have a couple of choices and both choices in hand, so to speak. So first let's go ahead and just upload some leads to this MPB4 list, so we can have that in place, because these are the groundworks you normally doing back preparation work before. So let's just import some small amount of files here, guys. Let's just find some leads, just to give me a second. I am pretty organized and sensitive leads wise, so I'm just going to, let's just get something like this, and we just upload and choose my name. This is going to be MPB4. MPB4. This is the feeder list, which is where we want to put these leads in, and it's just emails. And the reason that we're doing this at this stage, because we're going to make sure that we can feed the campaign with these leads. Example, we have this list now, and we're going to set up a campaign. One, we're going to create one side of it that you capture the lead with the form, and the other side of it, you run a campaign that you send in traffic from the list itself to that campaign, if you know what I mean. So next part of this, we're going to just create a few emails before we go to campaign. Let's make that. So we're going to just create basically bearable emails here. So let's call bearable email, we call this one PVB123, something like this. We just make one, and we're going to use a normal segments in here, because that is what's necessary here. Later on we're also going to use a normal form for this. So let's call the subject line for this one for now, for us to know. It's going to be MPB1. Anyways, internal, I'm just going to call same thing, MPB1. Segment, at this moment I'm just going to select that segment for MPB4, and the feeder list for this obviously is the first email we're writing, so that will be basically right now attached to this list, and we're just going to save this, and we're not going to write any emails yet, and we will get back to those emails later on. So let's just clone this. Let's clone this once, at least a couple of times, so we rename it to 3. So let's select again, just leave everything as it is, and we're just going to change this name here to 2, and this one here to 2. And the reason I'm doing this to make it really simple, so obviously name wise, subject line wise, it's not going to be this when we send, to just show you where things goes, and you can put your subject line in here. And we're not going to publish them yet because right now we don't need to. You simply save, and that is apply, and we save and close. And now if we go back our emails, we have 2 emails, and we're going to just switch them both off for now. And then we just also clone this one here, so we call this one 3. Obviously with automation emails, as you know, each stage you got to make sure you have different email. So whole idea is you have welcome email, then second emails have to be different, third email will be different, so on and so forth, so you don't get things confused. In this one we're just going to make it 3, and then obviously we will make 3 emails later on, and we write them pretty quick with a tool. So let's just save and close. Now we should have our 3 emails ready. So this 3 emails obviously to just get us going, well as we have a list, as you can see they all attached. So that list, obviously we're not going to use this list for each emails. Later on we're going to check and change them, and let's make another component in here which will be landing page, right? And we can do that 2 ways. One, you just import the whole landing page if you already have with the source code, and the other, you just can build simple landing page. So for us, we're just going to make simple as can be. Let's make that landing page. So you go component, landing pages, and then we're going to also make a form. So let's make a landing page, and also let's open another tab for the form too. So let's just call this one as my personal blog page. Anyway, we're going to change title and all that. Categories, I just like keep some numbers instead of no categories. And in this stage we're also not going to really publish this. We're just going to unpublish the page yet, because you really don't need to. We can select any themes in here, and we can also edit, basically encode if you are kind of doing a code. But simply we're just going to make blank page, so you know exactly what build is like and what you can do with it. So this is the blank page. If you want to have a full length, you can do, you simply just delete this, and now you have a full length. And then if you drag your kind of sections, it look like this. And let's make this one first, basically section header, and let's say make other 2 sections in here, and one side is going to be image and the other side is going to be form, for example. And let's also add a video here, not that, so let's add another section and in between, and we're going to add video. Obviously video, you can reposition this, you can make it bigger if you want something like huge websites that they like this. Anyway, so we have that in place. So let's just kind of add, let's add some sort of text at the top here, and we're going to also add image to this side, and let's make this image something, let's say this is my book image, and we position that a little bit. As you know, this is 2 columns here, so you want to play around with this, but you get an idea how to add elements, right? So if this image didn't work for you, you can refill something else. You can change this frame itself, just have side-by-side frames if you want. Anyways, so let's just leave that in here. And of course you can readjust this image, guys. As you can see, this is kind of pretty big, so you can see it's like a pretty huge image. So if you want something even bigger, you can, but generally speaking, something like this, you can see, let's say this was my offer thing, and then you can expand this, because then you can add your form in here, and the form you embed in here. Let's go back a bit. But as you know, these are all different cells. Ideal will be block by block is better for you, like, you know, instead of messing around with this. But yesterday I did make another one with ChatGPT. It was pretty simple, if you want that. But if you want to really bring ready-made stuff, that, let's say I'm now going to add my form in here, but if you don't want this gap in here, guys, as you know, you can always play around with the cell alignment, whatnot, with your typography and decoration, layout and all that. In here you can adjust things the way you like. So in here, when you have this text in, sometime maybe it doesn't give you the top, sometime you drag it in, will push you to the bottom, because the cell is pretty long, as you can see. But anyways, this is where we put our form. Let's make one, just simple basic form we're gonna make in this stage. Let's say MP, my personal blog form. We're going to say redirect, and redirect to my blog, and then here we want to apply a couple of things. First, the form is just has a submit button, so let's add few fields. We just collect email, and yes, definitely we want to collect the email, and this time you want to really apply validation, and you apply that. And we're also going to make sure that we add a name, and the way we add name is through the text, and then now you have this contact field available. We apply, so we have name and email, and one thing we gotta apply in here, we're going to first add 2 actions we gotta apply. We're going to add to modify contact segment, and then we're going to make the segment is my personal blog 1, I think it was 1 there, but somehow, let's see, MPB is here, MPB, that's the first list we gotta put it in. And we're not going to do anything in here. If you have another stuff that you added in here, you can obviously remove from certain list if they are in another list. So you basically have this action, modify contact segment, you add that PB, we add, and now we have every time somebody opted in that form, we'll go to the segment. So save and close. And now we have this code. Let's just get that code. We'll put it in a couple of places in here. One, we put it this way here. If you don't like it, that you can move around. Just before we do that, let's just make another section in here at the bottom, and I'm just going to add it standalone form here. Maybe later on that you can play around. Either ways, imagine like you can replace these things around. And we're just going to save and close. And if we look, we should have basically that image lined up. We don't have the form showing. Okay, so simple this to fix. You go back on the edit. Now you see this kind of bit lower, but obviously this image is maybe too big, guys. As you know, as you make this image smaller, the form get bigger, like what you see here. And if we delete the image totally, you have form show up, and then you can basically add another image that fit this element here. So this form like that, and we have this one showing like so. Let's kind of stretch a bit further, and now we have this two form showing. We have video. And if you obviously, if this is going to be a, you could say you want to time stuff, that you can go back in here and add another section right top, and in here you can add timer. And the way the timer works, the way that you activate, you simply select like so, and this pops up. You click on this. Let's say I'm going to go till this day. As you can see, 17 hours, 17 days. So you can change that time in here if you go 7 days. So like this, you can leave it at on. If you want the background of this to change your decoration and your light, obviously your background, you simply make a background as you like. If you want the red, you can have red, as some sites do. That's basically it, and that will carry on. But sometimes when you go re-edit this, that timer may be need adjusting, so you may need to refresh that sometimes when you build. And you should that add this your last element before before you finish the page. You're not going to edit anything anywhere, and that's the last element you want to add. When you do that, doesn't break the timer, as keep continue. But if you go back on edit, and I'll show you guys. So let's say we save this. Let's say you already did, you save and close, and now everything works, as you can see in here. But let's say if I go back on edit that page, I want you to know this so you don't get frustrated, guys. You go back on a builder, and let's say I'm just going to add another column in here, guys, and text. Let's say that's the only my edit. But if you see in here, the time is lost. Somehow some bug in the system, guys, is moetic thing, I don't know why. But generally speaking, as you can see, then now you need to kind of reset this, the countdown. It seems like lost time, as you can see. And if obviously when you try to redo the timer in here, not giving you any setting, as you can see, it's gone, so you can't really do much. So what I normally do, again, do everything on the page, and if you put in a timer on, make sure that's the last thing that you want to add, and you know after that you're not going to edit the page, so your timer works all the time. So I normally just kind of delete that and get myself a new timer, simply just like that. As you can see, it still makes the red, and now if I select it, I still can get time. And let's say I go back like this, and we save and close, and then if we look and replace, like refresh, your timer still works, and that way you don't lose your timer. So I hope that helps when you're doing really one time offer pages and things like that. So you have that elements in there. So we have the form working, and we have a segments, we have 3 emails, and next thing in the line in here is obviously do some campaign automation for this. So let's go to campaigns, and let's call this campaign just my personal blog 1, my personal blog 1, and hit the campaign, and we're going to this time choose that form, and we're going for my personal blog. I think form was my personal blog 1. Where is the form gone? Campaign form MVP. Then we make this form. Let's go back, guys. Cancel. Does this show up here? Quite a few forms, but we didn't make that one. Well, let's close the builder here a second. Forms, new tab, MPB form. MPB form. Let's paste this here, MPB. Okay. Campaign form. MPB form, no match. Bit weird. Anyway, let's see. MPB. MPB. We have MPB1. That's our segment. MPB. Let me one more go back. Alright. Let me edit. PB form. Redirect. Save and close. Publish. Yes. Save and close. MPB. We're not like selecting we're not selecting a form in the stage, we're selecting the segment. So PB, equal MPB. Let's see. Then we make emails. Ah, okay, that's why. Because we have not published. Alright. I get it. So let's just save this here. We have send an email will be 5 minutes time. Email to send. Let me see if it shows up in here. New. Let's just make this one P B email 1. As I have not published the other, I'm gonna publish this so we can save and close, and we add. So anyone jump into that form 5 minutes later, they're gonna receive this email. And obviously we can go back on here, edit the email. So you can see this is your subject line, your internal name, obviously builder, and let's say this is the first email that I'm sending to them, and be ideal that you just choose this one here, confirm me email. If you obviously change, but if you want, you just send this one also, truly personal one, either one of them. And for me, just personally, I select, let's say, it's a brand email, obviously welcoming people in. You can use this template or make your own, literally with blank. So for me is, let's just choose this for time's sake, and we save, close, and we update this. And so I opted in, and 5 minutes later I will receive this email. And obviously after receiving this email, whole stuff kind of starts. Idea is now we can set up another campaign, which is from this is taking care of the form, so to speak, but we also need to take care of the page to send constant traffic to the page, to this form, and that's why we have the other segment. So we save this, and obviously you can carry on 7-day, 15-day emails in here. Let's say you're adding more emails, and you just simply set up emails, more and more emails in here. Let's say I set up some of the other emails that you can send. Let's just send this. As you can see, MB email 1 shows up. Now we just added the other ones unpublished. So let's say this is the second email I'm adding, and obviously you can still make time in here if you want. So as you can see, you hit on the edit, you can make alternative time. In this case is this time, let's make a day after, let's make a Wednesday, and let's update this. There's only Wednesday we'll send this email. And the stage we save and close the builder, and we're going to go another campaign. So we go once more, create campaign, and this time let's call my blog feeder traffic, something like this. This is just for you to know. And we launch campaign, and this time we're going to choose segment, and that segment was my blog feeder, right? MVP feeder. Some segment somewhere like this. Let me just check. We make sure we have a correct segment. MVP4. That's the segment we want. So it's there, we select, we add. So now basically what we want to do in here, this is just general list automation. Simply we go add in here action, and there will be sending email. And that's basically what purpose of this list going to be. We send in a first email. Let's say we send this first email to people, and this going to be obviously first email, right? To just start things rolling. Let's just create a new, and let's just call this one first email to this list. That's basically my subject line for now, but let's just call this one something like this. Category, I'm not really bothered, so we just save and close, and we add, and now we have that email here. And the whole idea is obviously we edit this email. We go ahead and edit this email. Obviously you send this email to the places that obviously the whole idea is to feed the blog with the traffic. And if bloggers obviously have some content, and you can get snippet of it. If it's not, you can hold this page or hold this email to a blog. So let me just kind of show you what I really mean. Just a moment. So imagine this is really my blog, and here it is, and I'm just going to send whole blog instead of writing email. So let's just get page view, and we're just going to copy all, simple like that. There's the email edit here, cancel this. So I'm just going to delete this, and we go to here, head and body. I'm just going to copy, enter, and we had our content here. Simply save and close. We saved it. Yes. Save and close. I'll leave. Saved it. Yes. Okay. So sometimes if that way didn't take from here, this edit, you just update. You can literally delete this email and go make new email and come back here and select and add. And whole idea is now this email purpose of this email, use this list, feed the page. Obviously on that page we'll have, let's say, your capture forms, but obviously you just don't want to have one capture form alone. So you want to really have multiple pages with different multiple headlines and multiple capture forms. And also you test this list, send to each different pages in order to test, see what's kind of like traffic is like, and also if they like that offer. Whole idea is just keep changing leads and adding more and more to the workflow, so you really never run out of leads to feed the page with internally. So you have basically set up one side as automated to send the emails to feed the page, and the others you kind of automate the capture and send follow-up emails. So you are basically, you could say, whole machinery is working together in order to alleviate basically time-wise, well as saving you getting literally lots of headaches, instead of like looking here to get traffic or the other. But it's just focusing on literally, you could say, with email publication, that feeding it from basically a data point of view, and as well as obviously you're analyzing it and the other end what you're capturing. So that's really, in a nutshell, part of the email autoresponders. If you do not have all the elements just like I'm showing you in one place, you're gonna struggle, like not be able to complete the actual thing you want to complete. Literally you have to have a whole circle covered, otherwise it will cost you more money, and different places you gotta go and log in. It's not like unachievable, you can achieve this in many different systems, but essentially you haven't got everything in one place. It makes it hard. But in this case I have a blog that's separate from the system, as we can see, and also have a system that gives me the blog that I can create many blog type live web pages, so I can embed the form in. This whole idea is you are in position that you publish the pages yourself, and you have the power then set up the actual list to feed that page without going here and there, especially if you have the lists. So that being said, thank you so much for watching this, guys. It's 3 a.m. in here in my time, and I think this has been good enough test run for this evening. And join me on No Limit Emails channel, and we will do a little bit more deep diving on this automation types. So I hope that you kind of have a better idea now what is possible that you can do internally when it comes to the really good automation tool. Once more, happy sending everyone, and I will be back in this evening live streaming once more. Thank you, Barbara, for being here. Yes, I definitely will have a good sleep. So I think this specific test run pretty good, and we will get back onto the average normal stream that we do for the No Limit email family. Thank you, everyone, and I hope this helps, guys. If you are struggling to automate emails, believe me, it is plenty of tools out there makes it easier, guys. We are just one of those guys doing this kind of stuff, and I hope you guys enjoy what we are doing. And that's it for me for now. Have a wonderful Tuesday morning, guys, everybody. And we are in the Tuesday morning here, so I am feeling a little bit sleepy after taking some back pain medication, guys. It's been a pretty bad day for myself, but generally I feel better now, as I have able to sit down for this period of streaming. That's it for me, and catch you up in the next one, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful. Yeah, by the way, don't forget, come and meet us in Meet No Limit Emails. Public Square Room is on